What is going on, GWD community? We are here with episode 8 of the Kickoff. This one's going to be short and sweet. We don't have a guest today, but we will have a guest on tomorrow's video. There also should be another video dropping later today. Top plays of the Madden League so far. So remember, if you want to submit your plays for the next video on that, clip them and send them to me via Discord, email, Twitch. Any way you can get me the clip, get it to me, and we'll likely get it in. So that's my spiel. We're here with Mac Jones, of course, common Stephen A. Analyzer. I'm gonna say what's up.
Yo, I'm gonna be here forever, so yeah.
Get used to him. All right, so let's go through the week 5 games. Starting off, I'm glad I watched a little bit of this. The worst performance I've ever seen in Madden history. Brandon puts up 162 unanswered on the Mets. I said Brandon was gonna put up 150, so I'll definitely take my dub on this. Jaden didn't think Brandon was putting up 150. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, the Mets is arguably, not even arguably, is the worst Madden play I've ever seen. So that's unfortunate. I don't even think Mets Rocks loses this bad.
I don't think Mets Rocks ever gotten beat by more than 120 points, and the last 2 weeks. I mean, this is bad.
I think he's given up 300 points in the last 3 weeks combined. 300 points. Like that. I don't have the exact stats on that, but it's close to it.
I don't think I'll ever see a Madden player as bad as.
Some people won't even give up. Most people won't give up 300 points on the season, and he's given up in 3 weeks. That's.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly.
I mean, I'm not too impressed with Brandon. He ran the same tight end play the entire game. So, I mean, I think anybody would have put up this type of numbers. But, Mets, you're garbage, bro. If you're watching this, I'm not going to apologize. You're horrible. We got the Jets and the Falcons. This was a forced win, but it was actually, I was dominated by Paws. He beat me pretty well. So Cam was stagnant, and J Daddy's offense was methodical. His defense was really good, and I think the score at the time of the lag out was 40-7. I think that's kind of inaccurate to the way the game was actually played, but it was the score. So maybe they'll see each other another time. But J Daddy proves he's a top player, and maybe I'm a fraud. So you can give your take.
Yeah, I was watching the game. I mean, Cam Newton. Yeah. Cam Newton. I mean, like I said, when Mets Rock was throwing picks left and right last league, wasn't his fault. Cam Newton, and that proved it today. I mean, there's the one clip where you press X, and he throws it 10 yards short and right to the corner. So I mean, I don't honestly know what Cam Newton's doing out there. Teddy Bridgewater is a better player. Teddy Bridgewater is fighting for the starting spot after that. So I mean, Cam Newton. Yeah, I have nothing else to say but Cam Newton.
For sure. We got the Lions user and the Minnesota. The Lions user felt disrespected because I was calling him trash, and that's just because I saw Aiden put 70 on him, and I thought he was bad. But maybe he has some skill. He beat a CPU Vikings team. I'll get him on primetime so we can all see what he can do. But he beat the CPU, and that's good for him. I think it was so shout out to the Lions. You're on my radar, okay? That's what I gotta say. D-Bert loses against the Seb the Great. He actually quit the game. So this was a forced win, but he was losing at the time of the quit. I'll let you air it out, Jaden, and I'll go after.
I'm still kind of feeling disrespected. Since the call on Tuesday when he called me out pregame show, I still feel kind of iffy there. I still kind of feel disrespected. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna continue to troll D-Bird in general. Madden League, anything he posts, I'm gonna post the clip under it. I mean, I'm gonna continue to call him a fraud because he's quitting games now. I mean, I never thought it was gonna get this bad for D-Bird that he's quitting games, but I don't know.
D-Bird such a hot start, 3-0, and now he's 3-2, and I think he plays a tough opponent in week 6. We'll talk about it, but we'll move on to this next game where you had BK Bulls lose by 20 to Roman. I first of all, big shout outs to Roman. He finally stepped up and played the way I thought Roman could play. Putting up 63 after having a really bad offense the first few weeks. Giving up 42 is not great, but putting up 63 is impressive. BK Bulls, though, I honestly think he might go into like low. I thought he was mid-tier player, but now I think he's edging towards low-tier player. And him and Griff are slipping down my list, and other players are climbing. So shout out to Roman, BK Bull. Not liking what I'm seeing.
I'm pretty sure last time we both called BK Bulls winning a blowout, or at
Yeah.
least like plus.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing Roman took that kind of
Personal. Yeah.
and just dropped 20 on his head.
60.
Points. Well, no, yeah, but he won by 21 points.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see this continuing at all, but I mean, good for Roman getting a win.
For sure. Excuse me. Young Griff beats the CPU. Expected. Chicken Tendies beats Zeno. This was a forced win. Zeno didn't play, but we believe Tendies probably would have won anyway. Even though I'm pretty sure you said Zeno was gonna. No. We both said Chicken Tendies gonna win.
Chicken Tendies would win if you wanted to try.
Yeah, for sure. This was a forced win for Smalls. This game was probably gonna go Smalls' way anyway. I think Austin's on the tank, and Smalls is still trying to contend for that playoff spot. He's gonna have to fight with Aiden, but he can do it. Oh my!
Dodging this game, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like, I mean, obviously there's probably personal stuff that he's dealing with, whether it's school or anything like that. But I mean, there's probably more positives to dodge this game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially since we called him such a fraud last week.
Yeah.
And the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before that. So I mean, if he doesn't want to get put on the same radar as the Mets, I think it's a pretty good shot to just take the 4-0.
For sure. This was a fair sim game. Not much to say about that. This was an interesting one. Franny, I think Franny was getting blown out at the time of this, and so it had to be a force win for Tidy. Tidy beats an opponent he should have beat. Franny, not the best. But Tidy, I think Tidy might give R2 a run for his money in the AFC South, excuse me. I feel like it's gonna be tough, but I want to see Tidy and R2 on a prime time against each other. Because Tidy is not that bad of a player. I mean, Franny's gonna be last, Roman's probably gonna be third, but the first to second space is gonna be up for grabs. Anything to say about Tidy, or we can move on?
I think Tidy's definitely a good player, but I honestly do not know if he's gonna give R2 a run for his money at least this year. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars are just too bad of a team to possibly do that. And there's just glitchy. Like, we all know Madden. I mean, the player's gonna fall 15 yards forward no matter what. But if he's gonna start breaking tackles left and right with Jonathan Taylor, because he has 64 overall corners and middle linebackers. I mean, I'm not really gonna be too surprised.
For sure. We got Emergent beating the CPU. We both assumed this would happen. This game is a shocker, and I'm kind of sad because I was like, I want to put this game on prime time, and Jamie we trust. I think this officially puts Jamie in the fraud category. He lost to the Lions, and now he loses by 91. I didn't even see the score until just now. He loses 91-0 to Trent. I think Trent is really trying to put on a statement because I said this game was going to be close, and I think I even said that Jamie might win. And to put up 91, he got treated like the Mets this game, and that's not good. That's not good at all. That's really sad, actually. So Jamie on fraud watch is a fraud, honestly, and Trent still continues. I don't think he's playing. He doesn't play like this against amazing competition. His games have been closer, I think, against good comp, but against the frauds, he's dominating and doing his thing. So I don't know, man.
This is a 6-6 man the entire Madden League's dealing with. I mean, like, you're up by. I feel like when you're more up by 50 or 56 points, I mean, you gotta start shooting clock. I mean, you can't be a 6-6 bastard and drop 91 points every single fucking game. This is 6-6 menace to society behavior. I mean, I don't know what Trent's trying to prove at this point. I mean, we've already said that he's made multiple statement games that he's climbing the list. He's probably top 10 at this point now. I mean, and we all had faith in Jamie to at least make this close, but getting shut out and getting beat by 91 unanswered is just nobody was expecting that.
No one was expecting that for sure. Going to move on to our second primetime game that we saw. It was a good one. It was Juicy taking on Sky. It was a good game, but I can't say I'm like impressed with either one. I didn't see. I mean, I saw a lot of cheese from Sky, but I didn't see anything that was like, these dudes are insane. I saw a bunch of bad reads from the 49ers. I saw a bunch of bad reads from the Cardinals, a lack of defense. And I feel like if either one of these guys play a player like J Daddy, like Brandon, like Rylan, the guys who really understand like the game, they're gonna struggle. I don't think they're frauds, but I don't think they're top of the league. But they played each other well because I think they're on nearly the same skill level. So Sky wins. Yeah, that's
Arizona's running the same exact Hopkins play that he ran against Randy. I feel like somebody's gonna obviously find something to stop that because it just cannot be that hard to stop one simple play, right? I mean, and then bad Stevie Wonders from Juicy. I mean, the tight end delayed, just absolutely shit on by Isaiah Simmons. I
yeah.
mean, Isaiah Simmons is definitely a force to be reckoned with in any Madden from now until he fucking retires because of just how fast he really is. But yeah, I just don't see these guys beating any top players. They just look like kind of fraudulent because they're playing people level.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties with your mic there, but we'll move on to the next game. Towards the end, you're fine. We had BK and Rylan, a game that we also thought about putting on prime time, and it ended up being kind of bad. I mean, we said BK could contend for the division, and Rylan, I think, took that to heart, and he came out and he blew BK out of the water. I mean, the realist in me says Rylan's probably going to win this division. The optimist in me says BK can't do it. But if he's losing to Rylan this bad, I mean, he's not going to do it. He has to win game 2, and he has to continue to win in the season. So we'll see how he does. But shout out to Rylan. Big win. To say F the doubters, and he won. So
yeah, I think he definitely needed a type of game like this, especially after the Weta game, where he almost lost to a guy running suggestion plays. So I mean, this is a good win for Rylan, definitely, especially since at the beginning of the season we said that BK was going to take the division.
yeah.
So he's trying to prove himself that he's not a fraud. He hasn't decreased in any skill level. So I mean, that's a good one for Rylan.
We got the new user and forget MJ and Subway. I mean, Subway, that was his last game without Mahomes. He got Mahomes back in this game, and then Mahomes got hurt again. So Mahomes is looking really fragile this year. Bills user gets blown out. Maybe he's not the best. Maybe he's okay. Subway puts up 80. Subway thrives against lower level competition, but maybe against better guys in the league, he kind of struggles. So, I mean, the game he should have won. Not much to say.
Yeah. This random dude that just joined the league, he's looking kind of fraudulent already. But the Bills are not a bad team at all. I mean,
Not a bad team.
Let's be real here. Matt Breida behind the quarterback Josh Allen, throwing a Stephon Diggs with a solid defense, or a really good defense actually. So I mean, allowing 79 points and only scoring 20 points, you definitely got to have no skill at all. I mean, you got to be. I mean, like, I feel like if he traded all of his players, he'd probably be the Mets, to be honest.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, I feel bad for Subway losing Mahomes yet again, but just that sucks, I guess.
For sure. We had another bad game here. For R2, he got dominated by Aiden, and this is R2 as a player that we say is a Super Bowl contender. Maybe Aiden also a Super Bowl contender. I mean, he dominated him. He said he put up 300 plus rushing yards with Mostert. So if I'm R2, I look at this and I'm kind of worried a little bit. If I'm Aiden, I feel good about this because this could very well be a playoff matchup. So there's some beef going on between them. I mean, later in the season, when it gets down to the playoff game, this game could very well be important if we're talking about like seeding and things like that. So R2, you got to play better. Aiden, good wins over the last few weeks.
Yeah, Aiden definitely took R2, not saying that he's a top threat in the playoffs, to heart for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he ranks Subway, Trent, and J Daddy above him. I think. I mean, come on.
I think a lot of us have forgotten about Aiden. Honestly, we
yeah. So,
yeah.
But I mean, like, you can't say that you're gonna win the Super Bowl and then come out and lose the somebody that you think you should be winning. I mean, if you're saying that Trent and J-Daddy, you could possibly beat them. I mean, you have to beat people like Aiden if you're gonna say something like that.
For sure, and that's gonna summarize our week 5 recap. Let's go ahead and talk about our week 6 predictions. We had a few games played already, but outside of that, let's just go quickly through these. We had Tampa Bay CPU taking on the Eagles. I'm gonna take the CPU. No, I'm not. I'm gonna take the user Eagles here.
Yeah, user Eagles.
We got Griff and Tidy. As much as I want to say Griff, I've been saying Griff all year, and he's been letting me down all year. I'm gonna go with Tidy here.
Yeah, Griff fucking sucks. Yeah, Tidy's winning this shit by multiple touchdowns.
Good God. We got I'm Better Than White and Seb the Great. I think this could be interesting, but I think ultimately it's gonna be a Subway blowout.
Oh, more than a blowout. He's winning by 70.
Okay. BK has already taken his opportunity to feast on the Mets, and he put up 60.
No.
BK gave up 24 points though, so that's kind of
24 points. 24 points to the Mets, dude. That actually might be worse. He's only scored 64. That's actually so bad. That's so bad. I mean, BK is on fraud watch for sure, dude.
BK.
24 points to the Mets. To the Mets, dude. Oh my God.
For sure. We got Roman taking on R2. I think Roman bounces back in a big way and puts up a lot of points on R2. I mean, excuse me. R2 bounces back and puts up a lot of points on Roman. R2 will be winning this game.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say some dumb shit.
Yeah, my bad.
No, R2's definitely winning this game.
Yeah, for sure. We got Zeno, who might be leaving the league, taking on Lions. I'm rocking with the Lions until they let me down for the foreseeable future. I got the Lions.
This might be the worst bad game I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, the Lions might be good, though.
No, they're not. They get 24 points to the CPU, and I think Zeno's just not even going to play this game. I think the Lions going to get a forced one.
That is the most likely option here. We got Tendies and Jamie. Jamie's on absolute fraud watch. Tendies is on the up. I'm taking Tendies by a lot here.
I don't think Tendies is winning by a lot. Just due to the fact that, he traded some of its key pieces for sure. And, Jamie's definitely not getting blown out, but he's definitely not gonna. It's gonna be like a relatively modest score by at least like 14, 21 points.
Okay. Aiden and CPU. I got Aiden winning the CPU. I think we can both agree on that. Weeda and CPU. If Weeda plays against the CPU, he will probably win that. We got Sky and Emergent, a prime-timeable game, a game I would love to get on prime time. I think I'm gonna go Emergent here. Emergent is one of those guys, like I said, who understands Madden, and I don't think Sky's gonna be able to run that same play against Emergent, and ultimately that's what's gonna limit Sky, and he's gonna lose, I think.
No, I think the complete opposite, actually. I mean, at the very beginning of the season, Emergent was giving up like a lot of points, especially with having a solid defense. I think if Sky adds maybe 2 plays within the next 24 hours, this should be I don't think it's not going to be an easy win, but he should come out on top if he can add like 2 solid plays to his playbook.
Okay. We got Trent taking on Austin. I think Austin sits this one out and takes a 4-0.
I mean, that's probably what the best is for him. I don't think he wants 90 unanswered dropped on his head again.
I agree. We got BK Bulls and Rylan. I think this ends up being a blowout for Rylan here.
Yeah, Rylan.
And then we got Brandon Samuels and Smalls. A game I hope to be good, but a game I don't think will be close in the end. I think Brandon takes this one. I think this is Brandon. Wait, I will say this is going to be Brandon's first challenge in a while. So since he's been taking such like a break, he might not step up to the challenge, and Smalls I could see Smalls kind of sneaking in and getting a win, maybe, but Brandon will likely win.
I feel like we haven't even seen full powered Brandon yet. He's been running the same plays. I mean, he dropped 153 with the same plays.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped Liner off with the same 3 plays. I just genuinely don't think we have seen literally maybe 25% of his playbook yet. So I think Brandon will open it up a little bit more this game and definitely go out on top and win.
And then we have Franny getting his first win of the year against the fraudulent Bills. So maybe the Bills will be on sell watch, and so all you contenders out there, look at the Bills and Franny. Maybe this is a sign of progression.
Yeah, no, he's going 1-16 for the rest of the season. Jonah said 0-17. Sadly, that's been broken
for sure.
because they're just worse users in the league somehow, and he's going 1-16 for the rest of the year, and he doesn't even have his pick. So I mean, he's got to play the games, and whoever has that pick, you got lucky for like IRL from IRL trades.
Mhm.
So I mean, if you don't have your pick and you're about to go, maybe I'll give him 2-15, benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta be happy there.
Before we go, I need we like the idea of having Sky and Emergence prime time tomorrow night or tonight. What's another game you'd like to see? We got Griffin and Tidy. It's an option. I think that's probably the best option. These are kind of a weak slate of games for this week. We got Tendies and Jamie, and maybe Brandon or Smalls, but that would be Brandon's like third primetime game. So what are you thinking before we get out of here?
I honestly don't think the people want to see Brandon again. I think everybody hates hearing about Brandon, especially since like he's been on primetime for the first 3 weeks. So I think if we can somehow get Jamie on, we could somehow get Tendies on. I think that'd be a very solid game, especially since I thought it was gonna be a modest score by at least like 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if we can get Jamie on, we can ask him why he's having a fraudulent season so far, and maybe he can actually get a win on primetime. We'll see.
For sure. Well, thank you for that comment. Be on the lookout for top plays of the week coming out later tonight, and also be on the lookout for our next guest. That'll be out Saturday at 12 p.m. Central. So it's been real. Nice talking to y'all. Kickoff episode 7. Twisms.